All right, guys, reviews and more. Back with another review. This is my second Dumont fragrance. It's super viral on social media. This is Dumont Red Nitro. The original came out around 2020. Now there's the new Intensely, but this is the original version. This thing is super viral online. Everyone's talking about it. It's apparently very, very sweet, very strong, which is unique for fruity, what I believe will end up being a very fruity fragrance overall. Long lasting, apparently projects like a beast. I've heard all these various just hyped up things. Got this on Joma Shop for 33 bucks along with a couple other fragrances. So let's go ahead and pop it all the way open and we'll start off talking about the notes. There's a little bit of noise in the box that has me a bit concerned. I'm worried maybe something got smushed. So hopefully nothing too bad's going on here. Oh, it's just a little tassel. It's just the tassel. It's fine. It looks great. It's just got a little nitro tassel on there. That's all that noise was. All right, so look at the bottle if you haven't seen it online before. Nice, classy, thin. Looks kind of like a flask a little bit. Obviously it's not that. It's an eau de parfum concentration. Let's go just talk about the notes that are online at least, and I'll give you my impression. As always, in my reviews, if you find them helpful, please hit the like and subscribe button, helps out the channel. But the way I do it is I always start off on paper. I give you my basic impression of the opening notes. Then I do it on skin. I give you kind of my impression there because the skin scent is always a good bit different for me, at least on a lot of fragrances, than on paper or fabric. So the opening note is apple, lavender, and bergamot. Let's pop this open. No smell yet. Then you have in the middle notes watermelon. That's the most intriguing one to me because I'm a child of the South. I love my watermelon. Cedar and calamus. I'll have to look up what that actually is because I don't know what calamus is. Then you get amber, sandalwood, and patchouli in the base, which is a very clean, very masculine base. Looking forward to that as well. Let's go ahead and do a quick spritz and then we'll see how it goes. All right, so let's get this thing spraying. Decent atomizer, nothing really to write home about there. Not getting any, just the, whew, that's sweet. Oh wow, that is a bomb of sweetness. Like there's lavender in there definitely, but holy cow, that is so sweet. It's very pleasant. I'm getting a lot of apple. A lot of apple in that opening, it's very nice. Might be a little cloying to some people, might be a little over the top for some people if you don't like super sweet fragrances, but it levels off pretty quick, it's not crazy. Yeah, that's very sweet, very appley, the bergamot, I'm not getting too harsh, so if the bergamot's definitely in there, but it's a light kind of citrus in the back of it. Definitely a lot of apple, definitely a lot of lavender in that opening. And that combo of that sweet aromatic, it's just really nice. Like that's a great morning fragrance because you just smell it and it kind of perks you up, wakes you up. It was a little cloying in the opening. I think I just need to let it flash for a few seconds. That was basically me probably smelling it too fast, but holy cow, that's nice. It's almost, I'll say, this is not a criticism, it's a little more feminine in the opening just because it's so sweet. And that's just my perception. I tend to find sweet fragrances to be a bit more feminine, but oh, that's just pleasant. It feels well blended, or sorry, I shouldn't say feels, it smells well blended. Nothing's too screechy. It's not like it's ooh, I'm not getting hit hard by the lavender. Sometimes lavender hits me hard, even though it's a very neutral, like just pleasant, sweet, kind of aromatic fragrance. Sometimes it's just too much, too intense, kind of burns the nostrils. That's not happening here. Oh, that's excellent. Okay, so already loving the opening. Very sweet. If you like sweet fragrances just in the opening alone, you're probably good to go. I'll jump back in after I'm gonna have a, oh wait, I forgot to do the thing. Got to put it on skin, see if I notice anything different on skin. Got so excited. It is a lot of oil. That makes my skin very shiny. Couldn't see it on camera. A lot of oil in there. Oh, same deal. It's maybe a little bit less lavender on the skin. So it's not quite so strong in the lavender on the skin, not quite so cloying and not screechy the way it was on paper really fast. It's just really, really appley combined with that lavender. It just makes it very sweet and smooth fruit kind of fragrance. Overall, oh, that's a great opening. Like it's almost like it's only downhill from here because it's that nice. I like it that much. But if you like sweet fragrances just in the opening alone, this is a safe buy. Like just on that, unless something crazy happens in the middle notes, who the heck knows? But something crazy happens in those middle notes, and it's strong. Holy cow, that's strong. This is like a 3 spray top end. If you want to, unless you want to make someone be kind of offended by the smell, 2 or 3 sprays, and I think you'll be good. But yeah, this is love the opening. Very appley, very lavender. The bergamot's there, but that's not the main lead. Definitely the apple and the lavender in the opening. All right, so I'll jump in after I do a quick workout, followed by a couple hours of just letting it wear, and I'll jump in and tell you about the longevity, which I think, just based on what I've read online, it's gonna be pretty long, as well as just how general performance and those middle and dry down notes end up coming out. All right, guys, so it's been a few hours, and I also had a workout in between. So first off, it lasts a long time. So that's the first thing. The next thing I'll say is its projection is beastly. So I'll go ahead and give you my just impression of what this fragrance can be for, and maybe some warnings. First, I would say it's a safe blind buy, but it's one you gotta be careful how much you spray. I could say it could be office safe if you're conscious of how much you spray. My standard, you saw me spray on my wrist. When I went off camera, I sprayed it on my shirt, and I sprayed it in my hair. The reason why I do that is because the wrist will tend to go to the dry down fastest, because the heat from your skin makes the chemicals dissipate quicker, so you get that dry down quicker, so I could assess it. And I wanted to see how well it projected using hair as well as my shirt, because those are cooler items on my body, and that means those middle and those opening notes will last longer. And they do. This tester strip, hours later, still smells like the middle notes, that melony middle note we'll talk about in a minute. When I put it on, I did, again, those 3 total sprays, and then I went and talked to my wife. I showed her, I had her smell me, asked her what she thought of it. She said she loved it, smelled really nice. I said, is it strong? She said, yeah, it's strong, but it smells good. So there is that. So it's strong, but it does smell good. As far as its projection, it's huge. After I talked to my wife about 20 minutes, I had a snack before I worked out. I went to the garage, started working out. My wife went to the garden. She went for about 30 minutes in the garden. I went for about 45 minutes in the garage. About 10 minutes after she was done with the garden, so this would be about an hour after my sprays, she walks in the garage to get a drink, and she says, this whole garage is a 2-car garage with a high ceiling. This 2-car garage smells like that perfume. So I had filled the room with the fragrance after about, at that point, an hour of walking around and kind of getting my body heat up, working out. So it is strong. It is beast mode, as they say. So just be careful with that. So keep in mind that if you spray this 3 times, you're filling up a room for a good period of time. So for me, this is probably a 1 spray kind of deal. Maybe I just do my shirt, my hair, or my wrists and be done with it. This is not a multi, like, douse yourself if you're going to be in an enclosed space, or certainly if you're going to go like into the office for work. This is more of like, I'm going to the club, or I'm going out on a date, or I'm going to be out and about in public in the open air, to be basically cognizant and kind to other people's olfactory senses. So just keep that in mind. That's kind of my impression of the overall projection, performance, longevity, all that stuff. It just goes and goes and goes. So let's talk about those notes. So when we talk about the notes, we got to deal with first the opening notes. How long they last? They last a fairly long time. It's definitely not a short-term opening, especially on your clothing and on your hair, because those, again, they tend to dissipate a little bit slower. The lavender honestly doesn't last that long. Strangely enough, I thought the lavender would be kind of a stick-around kind of scent. No, it really doesn't stay there very long. You do get more of the bergamot as time goes on, and apple. That watermelon note that I was so excited about, it really isn't like a watermelon. So when I saw that note, I said it's either going to be like a juicy, fresh watermelon smell, or it's going to be like a candy version of watermelon. So think like a watermelon Jolly Rancher, and it was neither one of those. What I would describe it as is just a generic sweet melon scent. So imagine like a combination of honeydew, cantaloupe, and cucumber, and that freshness, kind of aqua, ozonic, like super fresh smell, all mixed into one and just thrown at you. That's what I got from it. You also have that cedar and that calamus, which is basically like a sweet, earthy kind of wood smell. This thing overall, if you want one word to describe what Nitro Red is, it's sweet. It's a very sweet fragrance. You get that for a good long while. In fact, my shirt still smells really just like the middle notes more than anything else. However, my skin, again, after working out and after hours of wear, it now smells like the dry down. So you get patchouli and sandalwood are the 2 predominant notes that I'm pulling off skin after several hours of wear, and also being exposed to higher heat because of I went to the garage and did some cardio as well as some light weights. So I was warmed up. You're going to end up, again, sandalwood, patchouli. The amber is there kind of just to smooth things out, so the patchouli is kind of softened. It's kind of what I got out of that. because patchouli can be a little harsh on the nose, be a little sour on the nose, and if you're not careful, but that amber and sandal will kind of smooth out that presentation. Just makes it more of like almost like a citrusy kind of patchouli. Overall, very nice, very pleasant. And yeah, it's more than a skin scent at that point, because the way I tested it for my wife is kind of goofy. I'll just go up to her and start shaking my whole body at her, trying to get the scent to get to her from about 3 feet away, and it did. She could smell the patchouli, so it is a beast. To be careful with it. It's office safe if you do like one spray and let it rest for a while. If you take this in with you and you're like, I'm gonna put this on in my office, then go walk around, like you would never want to do that, just because you would just fill the room with the smell, and that isn't always appropriate in an office setting. Now, if you're sitting there and you're like, you know what, wake up, take a shower, spray it on, then you go sit and have breakfast, then you drive 30 minutes to work, you've had like an hour and a half to let this settle, it's a very nice fragrance. The base notes are very masculine. The opening notes are a little feminine, but with all those the cedar in there as well, the sandalwood, the patchouli, that combo kind of gets it down to a masculine base. So overall, really happy with it. It's just you got to be careful with it. This is going to last me a long time, because I don't intend on doing much more than one spray at any given time on this, because it will fill a room, and you got to be cognizant of that, especially if you're in like a high heat area, because it'll make it dissipate so fast, and you'll basically put the smell in the air even faster than normal. And because this is more of a summer scent, that could be more of a problem. So just keep those things in mind, and it's a great option. I think I paid under 40 bucks for it, and it's just a good option out there. I might try the Nitro Red Intensely, but based on this, if it's any stronger than this, I don't know if I could wear it functionally in my everyday life. But yeah, it's a very well done fragrance. It's well blended. It's even though it is as sweet as it is not cloying to me in any real way. It just does the job, fills the room if that's what you want. And yeah, other than my warnings that I gave you, this is a great option if you just love sweet fragrances. And thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day.